One of the fruits in your kitchen right now may be raising your blood sugar more than you realize. Another may be helping your body fight insulin resistance naturally. And the shocking part is that millions of adults over 60 are eating the wrong one every single day, believing they're making a healthy choice. Stay with me because the number one fruit on today's list has been linked to improved insulin sensitivity, but most people destroy its benefits before it even reaches their bloodstream. And later, I'll share the story of a 64-year-old woman whose A1C dropped so dramatically that her doctor thought she had started a new medication. Before we begin, if you're over 60 and interested in simple, science-based strategies to protect your health, manage blood sugar, and maintain your independence, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Every week, we share practical health advice designed specifically for older adults. Also, leave a comment below and tell me the fruit you eat most often. Is it bananas, apples, oranges, grapes, berries, or something else? I read every comment, and your answers help determine what we cover next. Now let's begin. Most people think fruit is either healthy or unhealthy. But that's not how the human body works. Fruit is more like medicine. Some varieties help regulate blood sugar. Some have little effect. Others can quietly work against everything you're trying to achieve. The reason comes down to what happens after you take a bite. Most fruits contain fructose, a natural sugar. Unlike glucose, fructose is processed primarily by the liver. When fructose arrives slowly, accompanied by fiber, your liver handles it well. Blood sugar remains stable. Energy levels stay steady. Insulin can do its job efficiently. But when fructose arrives too quickly because the fruit contains very little fiber or because the fiber has been removed through juicing, the liver becomes overloaded. Over time, this can contribute to insulin resistance, higher fasting blood sugar, increased fat storage, and greater difficulty managing diabetes. That's why choosing the right fruit is so important after age 60. Let's start with the fruit that ranks last on today's list. Watermelon. This may surprise you. After all, watermelon is mostly water. Many people assume that means it's automatically safe for blood sugar. Unfortunately, the opposite can be true. Watermelon has a relatively high glycemic index, meaning its sugars can enter the bloodstream quickly. Because it contains little fiber, there isn't much slowing that process down. Imagine sitting on your porch on a hot summer afternoon with a large bowl of watermelon. Feels refreshing. Feels healthy. But inside your body, that large serving may be creating a blood sugar spike that your pancreas has to work hard to manage. A small serving occasionally is perfectly reasonable. A giant bowl every day is not. Next comes pineapple. Pineapple has earned a reputation as a health food because it contains bromelain, an enzyme associated with digestion. While bromelain may provide certain benefits, it doesn't change the fact that pineapple contains a considerable amount of sugar. Fresh pineapple can fit into a healthy eating plan when portions are controlled. But canned pineapple packed in syrup is a completely different story. And pineapple juice may be even worse because most of the fiber has been removed. Without fiber, sugar reaches the bloodstream much faster. If you enjoy pineapple, consider eating a few small pieces after a balanced meal rather than by itself. That simple adjustment can reduce its impact on blood sugar. Coming in next is mango. Sweet, juicy, tropical, and loved around the world. Mango is often called the king of fruits. Unfortunately, for people concerned about blood sugar, it can behave more like dessert than a health food. One medium mango contains a significant amount of natural sugar. Yes, it provides vitamins and antioxidants. But large portions can easily overwhelm those benefits. Many people underestimate how much sugar they're consuming because it comes from a natural source. Remember, your body still has to process that sugar. A few slices occasionally are fine. Eating an entire mango regularly is a different story. Now let's talk about bananas, because this fruit teaches one of the most important lessons in today's video. Not all bananas are created equal. A banana changes as it ripens. When slightly green, bananas contain resistant starch, a special carbohydrate that digests slowly and has a smaller impact on blood sugar. As bananas ripen, that resistant starch gradually converts into simple sugars. The sweeter the banana becomes, the faster it can raise blood sugar levels. This explains why some people eat a very ripe banana for breakfast and find themselves hungry again just a few hours later. Their blood sugar rises rapidly and then falls. If you enjoy bananas, choose one that's still slightly firm with a touch of green near the stem and pair it with proteins such as Greek yogurt, eggs, or a handful of nuts. That combination can help stabilize blood sugar and keep you feeling satisfied longer. Now, before we move into the top 3 fruits that can actually support healthier blood sugar levels, let me ask you something. Have you ever noticed that certain fruits leave you feeling energized while others make you hungry again shortly afterward? If so, type the word energy in the comments. I'd love to hear your experience. Let's continue. The third best fruit on today's list is the apple. For generations, people have repeated the saying, "An apple a day keeps the doctor away." While no single food can replace medical care, apples truly offer impressive benefits. The key is the skin. Apple skin contains pectin, a soluble fiber that slows the absorption of sugar and promotes a steadier rise in blood glucose. The skin also contains beneficial plant compounds that support metabolic health. Unfortunately, many people peel their apples, removing much of what makes them valuable. Apple juice is even worse because most of the fiber has disappeared completely. If you want the full benefit, eat apples whole and leave the skin on. Something as simple as a fresh apple can provide lasting energy and help reduce cravings throughout the day. Now we're getting close to the fruit that ranks number 1. But before we reveal it, there's another fruit that deserves special attention because it may be one of the most effective fruits for blood sugar control when used correctly. That fruit is grapefruit. Grapefruit has one of the lowest glycemic indexes among commonly eaten fruits. It also contains powerful plant compounds that researchers believe may help improve insulin sensitivity. In simple terms, your body may be able to use insulin more effectively after consuming it. For someone concerned about blood sugar, that's excellent news. However, grapefruit comes with an important warning. It can interact with several common medications, including some cholesterol-lowering drugs and blood pressure medications. This interaction can increase medication levels in the bloodstream and potentially create serious side effects. That's why I always recommend speaking with your doctor or pharmacist before adding grapefruit to your daily routine if you're taking prescription medications. For people who can consume it safely, grapefruit is one of the strongest fruits available for supporting healthy blood sugar levels. And now we've reached the fruit that earned the number 1 position. The fruit that surprised many of my patients. The fruit connected to some of the most exciting research involving insulin sensitivity. Blueberries. These tiny berries may not look powerful, but appearances can be deceiving. Their deep blue color comes from compounds called anthocyanins. Anthocyanins are natural plant pigments associated with improved insulin function and healthier glucose metabolism. Researchers have studied these compounds extensively because of their potential role in helping the body regulate blood sugar more effectively. But here's where most people make a major mistake. They put blueberries into sweet smoothies loaded with fruit juice. They bake them into muffins packed with sugar and refined flour. They add them to sugary breakfast cereals. In every one of these situations, the benefits of blueberries become overwhelmed by the unhealthy ingredients surrounding them. It's like taking 1 step forward and 2 steps backward. The best way to eat blueberries is surprisingly simple. Half a cup of whole blueberries, fresh or frozen, paired with a source of protein and healthy fat. Plain Greek yogurt works wonderfully. A handful of nuts can also be a great choice. No sugary toppings. No sweetened cereals. No processed ingredients. Just whole blueberries consumed the way nature intended. Now let me tell you about Doris. At 64 years old, Doris was struggling to control her blood sugar. Her A1C had climbed to 8.4. For anyone unfamiliar with that number, it reflects average blood sugar over approximately 3 months. An A1C of 8.4 is high enough to concern most doctors and often leads to discussions about stronger medications or insulin therapy. Doris was frustrated. She felt like she was doing many things right, yet her numbers continued moving in the wrong direction. Then she made 2 simple changes. Every morning she began eating half a cup of whole blueberries mixed into plain Greek yogurt. At the same time, she stopped drinking the glass of orange juice she had consumed with breakfast for more than 40 years. 3 months later, her A1C had fallen to 6.1. Her endocrinologist was shocked. He asked what medication had been added. Doris smiled and explained that no new medication had been prescribed. Instead, she changed her breakfast routine. Now, let's be clear. Blueberries are not a miracle cure. No single food can reverse diabetes overnight. But Doris's story highlights something incredibly important. Small daily habits matter. Sometimes the biggest improvements come not from adding an expensive supplement, but from replacing one unhealthy habit with a healthier one and repeating that choice every single day. And here's something else worth remembering. The fruit you add to your diet is only part of the equation. The drinks you consume may be just as important. Many people avoid soda yet continue drinking fruit juice, sports drinks, sweetened coffee beverages, and other products that can send blood sugar soaring. They focus on food while overlooking what they're drinking. That mistake can quietly sabotage months of effort. So before we finish, take a moment and think about your own kitchen. Which fruits are sitting on your counter right now? Which ones are in your refrigerator? Are they helping your health goals or making them harder to achieve? Are you eating whole fruit or drinking fruit juice? Are you pairing fruit with protein or eating it by itself? These small choices may seem insignificant today, but repeated over weeks, months, and years, they can have a profound impact on your health. Here's a simple action plan. Limit large portions of watermelon, pineapple, mango, and overripe bananas. Choose apples with the skin intact. Consider adding blueberries to your breakfast routine. Avoid fruit juice whenever possible. And if you're interested in grapefruit, consult your healthcare provider before making it a regular habit. Remember, healthy aging doesn't happen because of one perfect meal. It happens because of thousands of small decisions made consistently over time. Every healthy choice is an investment in your future independence, mobility, and quality of life. If you found this video helpful, subscribe to the channel right now and join our growing community dedicated to healthy aging. Give this video a thumbs up so more people can discover it. Share it with a friend, spouse, sibling, or family member who cares about their health. And before you leave, tell me in the comments which fruit you eat most often and whether today's video changed the way you think about it. Thank you for spending your time with me today. Take care of yourself, stay healthy, stay informed, and remember that small changes can create remarkable results. I'll see you in the next video.